Greetings YouTube, Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another episode of Metroid Prime. This is episode number 14, and in the last episode, we did some rounding up of missile expansions that we desperately needed, and we left off in the Arboretum here, and we're just going to continue our way through the Chozo ruins, gathering as many items as possible before eventually we head out to grab the next weapon that we're actually supposed to be getting at this point. But while we're in this room here, there's another missile expansion in here, so you just need to go into this little hole here, and it will shoot you up to the ceiling, where you can then use the spider ball track to go around the perimeter of the room, and eventually into this small little crack in the wall, down to where a missile expansion is located. So yeah, that was a lot of fun, and I almost missed this missile expansion, honestly, but nonetheless, alright, that was a lot of fun. Now I can probably carry, what, like 65? Something like that. So I'm nowhere near where I should be, but that's okay. And I don't know if I've even gone through this door, so we're going to go through it and see what's here. Ah, blast caps. And it doesn't look as though this has chordate on it, but a lot of times they do, so I just like to shoot them anyway. Normally you can just scan it and it'll tell you, but since you couldn't scan it, it didn't tell you anything. This is the magma pool, and as you can see, we need the wave beam to get past the other door that's across the way, but we also need the grapple beam, which we don't have at this point, and we actually need Bendesium as well to blow up some of the structures that are holding up the wall. So there's really nothing that we can do in here. As you can see, there's no platforms anywhere, so we're pretty much stuck going back because yeah, there's nothing that we can do there. And what does this say? When decay flows, the hatchling will walk a poison path to the source. Okay, well that didn't really help me at all. I do not believe there's anything in this room either, but I'm just gonna double check really fast. I don't think you can jump up here at all to grab anything. Nah, it doesn't look like it, so I guess I'll just pass on that. That was a lot of fun. Oh, there's all these things to scan in here. I didn't even notice that. The time of prophecy draws near. It is said that when the plants wilt and the creatures change, evil will be afoot. I'm not even going to read the rest of that. Okay, so this is all pretty much unimportant stuff. Water toxicity levels returning to safe levels. They've been returning to safe levels forever since we defeated Flagra. So that was pretty much just a big giant waste of time. So anyway, we're back in the ruined fountain here, and this is the direction towards the Arboretum, I think. I'm gonna find out in a second. I get turned around in here all the time because of, I don't know, it just seems like a maze-like area. Anyway, this is where I wanted to be, so I guess that works out. Go through the door, Samus. You got this. Alright, there we go. So actually, we've probably got almost all of the missile expansions in the Chozo area already, because I don't know what the actual number of them is, but yeah, there's a lot, and we've been grabbing a lot. There's a couple more that I'm aware of that we have not grabbed yet, and I'm gonna try to round most of them up if possible. There's one of them, and yeah, I don't remember how I originally found that, but you just kind of have to know that it's there, I guess. You may be able to scan it. I'm assuming you can. But anyway, there's another item to grab in this room. This is where we grabbed the charge beam at the beginning of the game, which, I don't know, I still kind of feel like we're at the beginning of the game because we're only at episode 14, and I feel like the game is progressing kind of slowly, but I don't know. We are pretty far, though. I mean, we have the wave beam, and the game wants us to go grab the other beam, so I guess we're not doing that bad. This isn't going to be a crazy long series to begin with, so anywho, there's a little morph ball, bombable wall there that you can blow up and then take it to the missile door, and we're going to head into this room that we have not been into yet, because when we got the charge beam, we didn't have the morph ball bomb. So shoot a missile at the grating to the right, and you can pick up that missile expansion there. And since we have the spider ball as well, we can get everything that we need to out of this room. Really? That was stupid. But anywho, take the missile expansion up. Take the missile expansion up. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. I swear I can speak English in real life. Take the spider ball track up to the top, avoiding the enemy, and then you can grab the missile expansion. That's what I wanted to say, but it just did not work out for whatever reason. Really, all of these, I don't even care. Yeah, I'm just gonna boost right past them because I didn't want to spend all the time killing them again. At least we can go in the water now and not have to worry about it. That part's kind of nice. Having Flagra dead is fun. Shriek Bats. So we can carry 70 missiles now, so that part is pretty cool. So I was wrong about being able to carry 65 before, obviously. Unless I don't have all of my missiles at this point. I honestly don't even know. I have no idea what's going on in my life right now. So, you're going to want to destroy these Shriek Bats up here because they're just annoying. Shriek Bats are just super annoying. And you might also want to destroy these blast caps because they kind of get in the way. And so do all of their poisonous gases. Shriek Bats, go away. I can carry 75, so maybe I was right about being able to carry 65 before. I don't know. I missed a Shriek Bat. Anywho, that was a lot of fun. So we're going to grab another missile expansion here by jumping on these little things on the side. We can jump up to the top and go into Morph Ball mode and blow up the grating that's blocking this missile expansion. So now I can carry 80. Yeah, get off there. I was afraid I was just going to roll off all the way down to the bottom, and I would have been mad about that. East Atrium. Okay, so let's see here. That'll lead over to the furnace. So I don't think I necessarily want to be going this way at this point, because the furnace is the area that we need to go to go where the game wants us to. And I don't know if I want to do that yet. I don't know if I'm ready for that. There is another item that we need to grab. At least one that I'm thinking of before we head on and get the next beam weapon and all that stuff. It's not required, but at this point I would like to have it. And coming back to get it later on, when we're not really going to be spending a whole lot of time in the Chozo ruins after this, it's going to be just kind of annoying and pointless and out of the way. And although it's kind of out of the way at this point too, it's going to be even more out of the way later on. So try to cut out some time here by getting it now. I love the boost ball. It helps me get around so much because you can't run faster. There's no run faster option, so the boost ball works. Okay, so we're back in the main plaza here, and we're going to go through this door on the left near the entrance, the one that had a missile thing blocking it before. Yeah, I don't even care about you, Scarabs. Don't even care. Okay, so we're back in the room where we got the Morph Ball Bomb from the Beetle Master, as I like to call him. But if we go through this area where the half-pipe was, or is, we can follow the Spider Ball track to a Wave Beam door that I said we were going to be coming back to last time because we needed to grab more missile expansions before doing this part. So we're going to do it now because we can. And we actually will have to come back here later on because there's something else here that we can't get at this point that's in the water. But I'm not going to worry about that at this point. Large stress fractures can be seen, and it's brimstone, so that means that we can blow up something with regular missiles. And if you aim it correctly, there you go. You can blow it up. And we actually will need to be blowing up a large majority of this tower, so that's why I wanted to have a lot of missiles, because you need a lot of them. So just aim for the cracked pillars. There's going to be a bunch of them, so and there's a bunch of different levels as well, so yeah, try not to waste your missiles if possible. There should be 3 or 4 on, I'm assuming 4, that would make the most sense, on each level, and then the tower will collapse a little bit. There it is. And they're going to add, what are they called? I don't even know. Oculus? I feel like that might be the little eye creatures. Maybe that is them. I don't know. Anywho, you can see a weapon up at the top, and we're going to need to collapse a couple of levels of the tower in order to be able to eventually get up there. And, oh, puffers. Oh, different puffers. Puffers we haven't scanned. Plated puffer, mutated puffer with reinforced epidermis. Phazon exposure has created a mutant strain of puffers on Talon 4. They have developed plated skin, making them harder to burst. Concussive weapons can still do the job, however. The gas within the plated puffer is just as deadly as that within their cousins. Fantastic, and as you can see, you can only destroy them with missiles. And yeah, they're pretty much immune to beam weapons, and they will reflect them, and it kind of sucks. Especially because they're all over the freaking place, and we also have to shoot missiles so that it doesn't hit these little Oculus, because if you do, obviously they're impervious to them, but once you blow up the block that they're on, they'll be destroyed, so that part's kind of nice. The problem is, we have to conserve our missiles kind of sorta here, because it's not like I have a lot. And shooting from this distance makes it a little bit difficult, especially because when you just shoot missiles, even if you're not targeting the Oculus, they just, for whatever reason, the missile just wants to go to the Oculus regardless, and it will go to the area where it last was. And yes, if you try to blow up parts of the tower that are on the next level that you haven't gotten to yet, it's not going to work. As you could just see, shooting all those missiles was completely pointless because that area is not having any stress fractures yet, and neither is this area here. So if I were to shoot missiles like so, it does nothing. But thankfully, I got all those missile expansions, so I can afford to waste some. But anyway, yeah, I wish there was a way to kill these little Oculus creatures, because if there was, and I don't know if missiles can, I'm assuming they can't. I'm just trying to see if I can hit it here, but nonetheless, it would be really cool if you could kill them, because they're not all over the place in this game, but yeah, super missiles don't even do anything. But in the places where they are just hanging around, it's really annoying to have to shoot around them and maneuver around them. Okay, so what am I missing here? Ah, there's the last stress fracture. Or not the last one, but one of the ones that I was missing. There's the other one. Okay, this should be the fourth one. And then the tower... Oh, right? Yes, it is the fourth one. So now the tower collapses another level. It's going to release more puffers, or plated puffers. And we can now jump up to the next level, and where I was shooting before, now they have stress fractures again, so we can shoot 3 missiles at each block yet again for more missile fun. It's probably worth mentioning at this point that this little, I don't know, side quest, if you want to call it that, for this particular weapon is completely optional. You don't need this weapon to complete the game. It can potentially make your life a hell of a lot easier, especially once we get to the Phazon Mines part. I'm going to be using this weapon a lot. But yeah, it's not required at all, so if you don't want to do this, you're not interested in it, don't even worry about it. You can skip right over it and just, you'll be fine. But anyway, it's called the Wavebuster, and this is something that I've been talking about off and on over the last couple of episodes, and I've been excited about it ever since I got the Wave Beam, because this is one of my favorite weapons. So it's basically the super missile, I can speak. I wonder sometimes though, but anyway, it's the super missile attachment for the Wave Beam, and as you can see, it's pretty freaking awesome, and it's a constant stream of electricity, and it drains your missiles like you cannot believe, but it does so much damage, and it automatically targets various enemies, so including space pirates, sentry drones, all kinds of things. So it's amazing when you're surrounded by a lot of enemies. You can just kill them fairly quickly at the expense of some missiles. Especially if you're near your ship or near an area where you can restock on missiles, or if you just have a lot of missiles, this weapon is going to be amazingly useful, and I am definitely going to be putting it to good use. That is for sure. I love this thing, and I actually can't wait for the next super missile attachment for the next beam already, because that is an awesome one as well. The last beam, however, has an awful super missile attachment, and I'm going to be grabbing it anyway just to show you where it is and what it looks like, but it's not something I'm going to be using. But anyway, that's enough chatter, I suppose. I'm actually going to call it an episode here, because there's not really anything else that I wanted to accomplish in this episode other than getting the Wavebuster, so we've done that. In the next episode, we're going to continue on with what the storyline actually wants us to do for a change, and we'll go from there. But thank you very much for watching, folks, and please stay tuned for episode number 15. Game on!